We keep hearing all sorts of optimistic predictions from various space agencies about human outposts on Mars. NASA says it will put astronauts on the red planet by the end of the next decade. According to other sources, we could see permanent colonies there within the next 30 years. That might sound great, but according to experts at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Mars has one fatal flaw that nobody has yet come up with a solution for, and time is running out. So what could this major obstacle be? Keep watching to find out. Greetings everyone, I'm your host. And first of all, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. This is a new channel, and if you click subscribe now, we'll bring you amazing videos about space exploration and other topics. So don't miss out. Thanks. Now let's get down to business. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL, is a federally funded research and development center that designs and operates several robotic missions to explore our solar system. In a recent interview with the experts there, they admitted that, despite all the amazing discoveries made by rovers and orbiters, there was still no solution to one problem that could make all the future Mars plans fail. What's the matter? Why are the specialists so worried? Let's dig deeper into this. You've probably seen pictures of Mars taken by satellites. The planet looks like a dusty red desert, right? But as it turns out, the surface of Mars is not solid ground at all. It's a layer of soft regolith covering the planet like a thick blanket, and NASA believes that this regolith could be a serious threat to human colonization of Mars. On Earth, we usually don't pay much attention to the ground beneath our feet. After all, it's hard to imagine that we can't just walk on it. But after studying the composition of the Martian soil and testing samples of it in zero gravity, scientists have realized that moving around on it won't be as easy as it seems. According to them, the thin Martian atmosphere and low gravity affect the properties of the soil and turn it into something like flour. In fact, the dust on Mars sticks together so poorly that even the slightest movement can cause a massive dust storm. You may say, well, it's not that deep a problem. They'll just need to build some kind of special equipment that will allow people to move around on Mars without getting stuck in the dust. But that's not the whole picture. Back in 2004, NASA's Spirit rover landed on Mars and began exploring the red planet's surface. The rover sent back amazing images and data for more than 6 years, until it got stuck in the very soil NASA now considers so dangerous. On May 1, 2009, Spirit was supposed to drive only 600 meters, but ended up stuck in a layer of soft sand nearly 1 meter deep. The low cohesion of the soil caused it to shift under the weight of the rover, eventually trapping its 6 wheels. And although Spirit's twin, Opportunity, tried to help by driving close to its stuck counterpart to take pictures and relay information about the terrain to mission control, there was nothing engineers could do. Eventually, Spirit had to be reclassified from a rover to a stationary research platform. For more than 2 years, the rover continued to conduct valuable research, including atmospheric measurements, mineralogy, and soil studies, while remaining parked in the same place. But this is hardly surprising, because even modern technologies can't always defy nature. In 2018, China attempted to use a crane to move a car stuck in sand, but the crane itself got stuck instead. Even though the crane was 3 times stronger than the car, the immense pulling force needed to pull both vehicles out of the sand caused the ground to collapse, leaving the crane stuck along with its prey. The experts at JPL said that a similar situation could happen on Mars. If the low level of soil cohesion poses a serious challenge to movement, it would also lead to problems with building any kind of shelter. How to build a house on Mars? Construction work on the red planet would be comparable to building on the moon. Any shelter would need to be built inside out of concrete or another strong material, and then people would have to stay inside these shelters like moles, only going outside when absolutely necessary. But even that wouldn't necessarily save them, because there's another thing you should know about Mars. It's an extremely harsh planet. When winter comes, temperatures drop to 140 degrees below zero, and snow falls there, too. And we're not talking about fluffy flakes. Martian snow is hard and cold and can bury an entire research station under several meters of ice. It might seem that the only way to survive on Mars is to live constantly under the threat of severe frostbite or death from hypothermia, and that's just one of the dangers that lurk on the red planet. There are many more, including cosmic radiation. Even though Mars is a dead planet without any signs of life, it's still dangerous for humans. The planet's core is still hot and emits heat. This means that underground cavities can form there, posing a danger to anyone who dares to settle on the red planet. In addition, radiation levels on Mars are 40 times higher than on Earth. The weak magnetic field and lack of a dense atmosphere leave everything out in the open, unprotected from cosmic radiation. All these dangers make us wonder, how did the rovers manage to survive on such a hostile planet? Scientists have found that the reason Mars is so hostile is that it lost its protective magnetosphere long ago. Without it, the solar wind stripped away most of the atmosphere and water, turning the planet into an arid wasteland. The magnetosphere is created by the interaction of a planet's core with the surrounding space, but Mars doesn't have a powerful enough core, so it simply can't protect its surface. In addition, the planet used to be much warmer and had a denser atmosphere. There were lakes and even oceans on its surface, where people could hypothetically have settled long ago, if they hadn't been scared off by the lack of oxygen. Now there isn't much left of the atmosphere, only carbon dioxide. As for the water, it's either hidden deep underground or exists only in the form of ice. The low air pressure makes it impossible for liquid water to exist on the surface. In fact, if you poured water on the street in a Martian spacesuit, it would immediately boil and evaporate. Because of this, all the water on Mars is either ice or vapor in the atmosphere. But these forms of water can't be used by people. So if we want to establish a colony on Mars, we'll have to solve all these problems. We'll need to build shelters to protect people from cosmic radiation and cold. We'll need to somehow melt the ice and provide breathable air. And finally, we'll need to figure out how to move around on such unstable ground. All of this needs to be done as soon as possible, since we're literally running out of time. According to the head of NASA's Human Research Program, Kelly Haston, humanity has only one chance to establish a colony on Mars. He explains that in about 100 years, the sun will begin to shine brighter, which means that Mars will become even hotter. Right now, it's the perfect distance from the sun and receives the optimal amount of sunlight, which allows liquid water to exist on it. But this won't last forever. In a few million years, Mars will be too far away from the sun to maintain a comfortable climate, and the Earth won't be able to support its population anymore. Only if we colonize Mars before that will humanity have a chance to survive. Otherwise, we'll be doomed. So we better hurry up with our plans. It's incredibly hard to say whether or not we can really colonize Mars. On the one hand, Elon Musk and other billionaires are doing their best to make our dreams come true. But on the other hand, even the bravest space programs aren't immune to failures. Maybe Mars will remain a dead planet forever. Who knows? So friends, what do you think? Is it possible to colonize Mars? Or maybe we should look for another planet for our colony? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you later.